G'day everybody, it's the Captain and welcome back to the channel for our breaking news coverage that has been happening for the last 2 days here on the channel, where we are looking into the sad situation that has come out of Porapunka in Victoria's high country, where 2 police officers sadly have lost their lives, a third one suffering a gunshot wound to the thigh, as well as 7 other police officers having to take cover whilst the armed sovereign citizen assailant ran off into the bush/wilderness of the Australian countryside. So that is what we are covering here at the moment. I do appreciate everyone that has come along and have been part of the live coverage. I know we normally do a lot of comedy and all that sort of stuff here on the channel, and a lot of people are waiting for videos and all that sort of stuff, and we will get back to it, I promise you. Friday night, obviously, we've got the Nightcap Live, we've got other videos that are coming out, we've got other live streams that are going to happen, there's videos, the whole kit. There is a video ready to go, I can tell you that, right? There's a video written and ready to be recorded, so I will record all that as well, and we'll get that rolled out as well with everyone. So, I'm just, there's a bit of a problem with me my chat screen. I can't see everybody for some reason. Well, I can, but it's all squished together. I don't know why it's all squished together, and I don't know how to fix it. So that's kind of where I'm up to with that. Big thank you, literally, to all of you wonderful people. Let me say good day to a few of you that are hanging out there in the chat. We are going to do a couple of updates. We're gonna try our best to to find out exactly what's happening this evening. We're going to have a look at the whole situation. We're going to get a full recap and all that sort of stuff as well. The officers have been named, so we'll have a look at that. I will also show you how you can donate to the Blue Ribbon Appeal. I can also show you how to get hold of the shop. And if you are international shoppers and you want to get something from the Blue Ribbon Foundation, I will show you how to go about that as well. So let me say hello to a couple of you that are hanging around. We've got Red Ice hanging out there. Adamus is here. Wednesday is back for some more. Sentry and Robstar are both here. Paul is here. Beauty is here. Locke is here as well. Pretty in Pink is hanging around. That is awesome. Wednesday, I think we mentioned Wednesday, she's here as well. Chematron is also watching as well, so welcome, and a bit more of a welcome. Welcome, I keep saying it, to this breaking news coverage and rolling coverage, if you don't mind. Now, again, the reason that I'm doing this is a big thing. Okay, Frank's here as well, by the way. The reason that I'm doing this is there is a lot of international people that watch this program. We all know that we take down, belittle, insult, and destroy sovereign citizens, First Amendment auditors, and downright silly billy stupid faces on this channel. So this sort of falls into that category. Now, when we found out about it, obviously, we took a very serious approach to the situation. We did it again, this morning, this afternoon. We're going to do it again, but I'm going to try and be a little bit more, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not flamboyant, but I'm going to be a bit more unforgiving. I'm going to throw the Captain Charm behind there that we've all come to expect. Exactly. This is how we're going to get started tonight. Let's go to our, whatever it was called. This thing. We'll go to here, right? We'll bring up the news. Let's have a bit of a gander at the news and see what's going on there. Hang on a sec. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to a website that's known as news.com.au, who share a lot of details from multiple news sources throughout the country. So we're going to bring them into it. We're going to have a bit of a look at their stuff. This is the latest story to come out of news.com.au. You can't see it yet. Why can't you see it yet? Oh, no way you can't see it. Hang on a sec. Let me fix it. Come on. Get fixed. Come on. Get fixed. Fix yourself. Fix yourself up, mate. Fix yourself up. Fix yourself up, mate. Come on. Where are you? Come on, you mongrel. Where are you? Come on, get here. Get here, you mongrel. Here we go. There we go. There it is. Everyone calm down. Everyone just relax. I'm here now. So is Marilyn. Marilyn's here as well. Hello, hello. And thank you very much for the condolences from Houston, Texas. And really do appreciate that. Again, obviously, with this chat, I can only see a little bit, but I will be keeping an eye on the chat directly underneath me so I can see what's going on. The Victorian police officers that were slain in this shooting have been named. We covered that as the news broke here on the channel as well. We'll bring this one over. Here we go. So the Victorian police officers Neil Thompson and Vadim DeWatt were identified as the victims of the Paul Punker shooting. So this was covered by the news.com.au, and it was also covered by the official Victorian police media as well. So this is confirmed that these are the two officers that sadly have lost their lives, and we'll probably learn a bit more about them as we go along. The real Colt Stonewolf is in the house as well. Welcome back, good sir. It's good to have you here with us. So here we go, right? So
This is the man suspected of shooting and killing two police officers in Victoria. His name is Desmond Christopher Philby, also known as Desi Freeman. On the morning of August 26, 10 Victoria police officers arrived at Freeman's property in Port Punker to enforce a fire.
You guys can hear that, yeah? Hopefully. I'm hoping that you can hear it. I didn't know there was a video, so we'll continue with the video.
Firearms prohibition order. Freeman lived in a converted bus with his wife and children. He was known for anti-government views, legal disputes, and protests. As officers moved in, it's alleged that he opened fire. 2 officers were killed. Detective Lee.
That's actually a good thing. Wednesday. Could you share that link for the Actually, I might be able to do it. The link for the petition, because there is a petition doing the rounds, which is a very important petition, which we discovered through a mutual friend, Terry Arnold, which was about the what we can do. As members, as people, there's certain things that we can do, and one of those things is to sign this petition, which would hopefully get the Australian government to change their viewing habits, I guess, of the sovereign citizen movement and have them completely identified as domestic terrorists. Domestic terrorists is what we're hoping to have happening. So if we could all get that going, that would be great. If you could share that around with everyone, that would be fantastic as well. Hello to Motorcycle Michael, also here with us. Let's get back to the news story here. Quick little update.
Leading Senior Constable Neil Thompson and Senior Constable Vadim DeWatt. Police say he then fled into the bush, potentially taking the officers' service pistols with him. Roads were closed, Port Punker Primary School went into lockdown, and residents were urged to stay inside. Specialist police units, helicopters, and search dogs immediately began searching the area. Authorities warned that Freeman was heavily armed, an expert in the local terrain, and extremely dangerous.
I can assure everyone that we are pouring every resource into this search for this person. We must find him.
Freeman has a history of extremist views. He calls himself a sovereign citizen, rejects the authority of courts and police, and has previously described officers as Nazis and terrorist thugs.
Peaceful out war, and they are the instigators of it.
In 2020, he was fined and banned from driving after speeding, refusing a drug test, and filming police as he drove away.
I arrest you for acting impressively and when interested and perverting the course of justice.
In 2018, he appeared on A Current Affair, saying his family was being harassed by neighbours.
That day, Desi Freeman seemed genuine. He seemed genuinely upset. A man protecting and defending his family. Well, that was the appearance. But I do recall that day, he seemed very obsessive, the sort of man who would talk at you and not to you.
Police say Freeman acted alone and that his wife and children were not involved. Political leaders have paid tribute to the officers who died. The case has also renewed concern about the threat of armed extremists in rural Australia.
All right, so that sort of covers a little bit of what's going on. We'll go into the story here. Now, we do have different updates and stuff. Kimatron just sent me a link as well. We'll have a look at that. I'm just on the Facebook notice board of people around that area. So I was just seeing if there was any new information there as well. And so far, there's nothing that they've changed or whatever when it comes to this. So we'll just see what is going on. Hang on a sec. Let's see what we got going on here. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Look at me being all everywhere. Here it is here. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to go to here. We'll get back on to reading a bit more of this update here in a second. Here we go. Okay, so this is another thing that has been reported on. As you can see on the screen here, loud bangs have been heard coming from the property at the centre of the huge manhunt for the man wanted over the shooting deaths of 2 Victorian police officers. Now, earlier today, they had 2 bangs that were heard as well, and they were reported as nothing to do with the manhunt that is currently underway. Now, they haven't, the police have not come out, as you can see, but there's been no confirmation about what has caused the sounds heard by the media and the locals from the Porepunka property. Now, the fact that this is an ongoing crime scene there, we don't, and if we go to our map, as you can see, the property is quite large. So we don't know whether or not this compound, which is what you see in the centre there, is compromised in any way, shape or form. The fact that he was ready and armed and allowed to, well, not allowed, but carried out and completed an ambush on 10 Victorian police officers, the chances of this property, and again, this is speculation, this is completely speculation, there is no evidence to point in any direction of this, but there is a, you know, how's the best way to word it? It wouldn't be surprising if there are traps or booby traps or something along those lines within this property. They may also be using debt charges to get into any of these buildings, which is another possibility, which is where the bangs may be coming from. There's a lot of locked storage containers, and like if you know, all over here, these are some shipping containers in there. You've got all these different things. You've got big sheds, you got a big house, and this is only what we can see on satellite too. So who knows what's in that central area there? Who knows what is stored in any of these containers up here? It looks like this actually does look, they look like solar panels, don't they? They look like they've been, this is an off-grid. That looks like you got what looks like 2 sets of solar panels, and over here looks like a nice water tank as well, plus whatever's behind it there, whether that's a pumping station or something. But that wouldn't be surprising if that's what they're using, because even down here in this part of the compound, I don't know if this is associated or if this is a separate part, completely unrelated to the compound up here. But if police aren't confirming what the bangs are, that's a possibility. You know what I mean? Like, that would be a feasible reason behind the loud banging that people can hear from the property. And again, if the Victorian police are not confirming why those sounds are being made, that would be an educated guess on why we can hear those bangs. But again, hasn't been reported. There's been no confirmation. That would just make sense that it would be either trying to disarm known booby traps or ways to make safe entry, because again, they may not know whether any of these buildings are wired, and we wouldn't put it past a fuckwit like him to have done that. He obviously was armed and ready for their arrival, so who knows what else he had prepared on the property. So to me, that would make operational sense to use debt charges and so forth to make safe entry into buildings. So that's one thought. Obviously, we won't know until stuff comes out. Now back here, we've got Special Operations Police have been searching for Desi Freeman, also known as Desmond Philby, since Detective Leading Senior Constable Neil Thompson and Senior Constable Vadim DeWatt were shot dead on Tuesday. The Police Special Operations Group helicopter has been hovering above the property whilst officers were killed for about, where the officers were killed for about 2 hours, up until 4:30 p.m. 5 dog squad 4-wheel drives were seen leaving the Raynard track property and have exited, and 2 ambulances were seen driving in about an hour later. Well, we've got to remember that there were 2 deceased police officers on scene, and they need to be removed safely from the scene so they may be taken to their final resting place. Armed officers with guns drawn were photographed outside a hut. So there's one of the huts. This is one of those compounds. So who fucking knows, really? Who fucking knows what he's got planned and set up inside any of these little buildings? So, and if we go back to our map, we might be able to spot that building. So it looks like the sign of a hill. So that could have been this little baby up in here. It could have been that joint, maybe. Although, actually, that's probably more there. Let's see what we can do. Let's go back and have a look at this picture. And it doesn't seem to be under any brush of any kind, does it? So it's hard to tell which little house of the compound that photo was taken in. I'm not sure. I don't know. It could be any of these buildings. Again, can't really confirm any of these little spots, but it could be any of these little fuckers. Kind of looks like it there, but again, we don't know. We just don't know. But that would be one of the situations. What else have we got going on? Let's continue. Let's keep going down here. The Victorian Premier, Jacinta Allen, and for those that don't know what a Premier is, that is the equivalent to a United States governor. They run the state. Anything to do with the government, they're the top dog. She addressed the media at 5:30 p.m. and would not speculate about what is happening at the scene. And nor should she. We should not know what's going on at the scene. That is for the police to determine and to work out, and when safe and operationally okay to do so, then they could tell us exactly what's going on. But until then, they're going to keep that shit under wraps. There's been a number of briefings provided to the police minister and herself, and you can appreciate that we will leave the Victorian Police to provide updates on the operation of the search as well. It is absolutely vital that we ensure both accurate information has been provided to the Victorian community directly from the Victorian Police, and so we are not cutting across our commitment or speculations, because I think we all stand united in wanting to see justice being done in this instant. Police on Wednesday afternoon again alerted residents to remain vigilant via a text message. Specialist police continue to search for Desmond Freeman, aka Desmond Philby, in a text message from police read: "There are multiple police units in the general area of Paulpunka, and the Victorian Police requests you restrict non-essential travel." And then it goes on to talk about the officers that were slain and what they got up to in their life. We will go to a news report that will cover that a bit more intently for us. But primarily, that is where we stand at the moment. This is probably very important too. In these difficult times, it is also important that we stand together and support each other. And I have full confidence that we will do so with dignity and respect. There is a no-fly zone. This is another bit of information that came out. There is a no-fly zone in that area at the moment, and that would make sense considering they've got multiple helicopter people in the air. So there's obviously not only the Special Operations Group helicopters, but there's the ambulance helicopter, the Rural Fire Service helicopters in there. There's multiple other helicopters that are being flown around in the search of these people. For this person. So a no-fly zone has been placed for at least 48 hours as police hunt Mr. Freeman, who is accused of shooting dead 2 police officers and injuring a 3rd. Roadblocks are also in place, and a no-fly zone has been established near the Paulpunka township in the state's northeast, where a huge manhunt is still on foot for the suspected gunman. Here you can see this is exactly what a SOG will look like. This is the Son of God, as they are referred to, the Special Operations Group. And as you can see, he has come dressed to have a bit of fucking fun in the bush. This is a man that has his mission and knows exactly what needs to happen. You'll notice that the vehicles that they get around in are extremely just nonchalant vehicles. They would drive past you and no one would know the fucking difference. And that's how these gentlemen travel. They are kitted at 24 hours a day, ready to respond at a moment's notice. So the fact that these guys might have been sitting around, fucking enjoying he could have been brushing his teeth. He could have been, fucking watching The Wizard of Oz. Doesn't really matter. He's got the call, he's loaded up, and he's fucking gone to the site as quickly as humanly possible. And as you can see, he's got himself his special weapon, he's got himself some great tactical gear, and he's dressed for the occasion. He can disappear into the Australian scrub without too much of a worry. And that is what all of them are currently getting around dressed in. Here's the staging area, which is where the emergency crews have set up. Everyone would be in the staging area, from local police to the state emergency services, the ambulance service, the fire service. That is a mobile command unit from the Victorian Police sitting there in the middle. A catering truck most likely would have rocked up by now. I know that sounds ridiculous, but a catering truck would be very, very important for the officers on scene, mostly because they are going to be there for a very long time. It's not a case of these guys are going to do their shift and then travel 4 hours back to their homes. They are going to stay on site. There'll be a small tent city set up, and that's how they will survive. Or caravans may arrive, but the Victorian Police do have a catering unit that will go to these scenes and set up catering to make sure that the police and members are well fed. Otherwise, as I said, small country town, come 8 o'clock, that's it. There's no movement, right? The shops are shut, the sun's down. You'll be lucky to even see a person after 8 o'clock PM in a country town. So having food and heat and all that sort of shit available for the police is highly important right now as well, especially for those that are out in the middle of the scrub doing these searches. They're going to come back wet, tired and hungry. So it's good that these things are set up for them ready to go. Police have set up an easily visible meeting point. Well, yeah, we can see it right there. With at least 30 emergency vehicles, including a fortified Bearcat military-style police vehicle at a vineyard. We've seen that a few times on this channel when we've watched a bit of footage. We've seen the Bearcat run into place, the old Black Betty, bang badam. It's good to see it. Officers in camouflage scene can be unloading gear, including rifles. Well, yeah, so they should. A no-fly zone has been issued for a 7.5 kilometre radius, whatever that is in miles. So what's that? 5 mile, give or take, of the winery. So that way you can't see what the coppers are up to mostly. And a temporary restricted airspace includes all aircraft, including drones, which will be in place until 11:30 PM on Friday, so tomorrow night. Given the suspect in this matter is heavily armed, and he is fucking heavily armed. This condition has been granted due to the risk to aircraft and drones, as well as potential implications associated with the suspect tracking police movements based on media coverage. Meanwhile, the police at Porapunka house where the shooting took place. So here's that red house. We've seen the rooftop of this house a few times. There's the Bearcat, by the way. He's hanging around there. We've seen this red house on our map. There it is right there. That's the red house, and it was alleged that he had a bus that he was living in, which is where the shooting actually took place. So wherever that bus was on the property, we're guessing that it was very close to this house. So if we go back to our story here, there's the house. I can't see any bus in the pictures of this house, but at least we now know where they're talking about. We've got confirmation that this is the place that we've been speculating on our map for quite a while. We know true well that this is the property. We know true well that this is the area that the shooting and the ambush took place. So we are managing to lock everything into place, and we are starting to get a bit more information as we go along. I do want to thank everyone for turning up. Anya is here as well, and so Shadow Dancer, which is great. Shouldn't Australians be using the Bushmaster for these occasions? Somehow, some local pride or surplus Bearcats that cheap. I don't know, man. I don't know why they've got it. Yeah, cops cannot afford Bushmasters. Yeah, it's pretty fucking accurate. There you go. That was shown earlier. Yeah, cool. Chief of Police mentioned. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm still trying to catch up with everyone at the same time. Tony, how are you, mate? Welcome. Yeah, there's no bus in that picture. But that's where he was. He was in an abandoned bus, according to the news report. But this is also a property of interest here as well. Let's see if we can bring that up. There's the house. I wonder if we can zoom in any way, shape, or form. Can we zoom in? That would be nice if we could. How can we zoom in on a fucking website? There's got to be a way to zoom in, surely, yeah? There used to be an old way of doing it. No, it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just having a look at the photo there. I'm not sure what you guys can see in that photo, but that's the property. Yeah, I can't, like, there's no bus per se visible, but this was the property of interest. Control, Shift, and mouse. Okay, thank you. Oh, here we go. Thank you for that. Right, so you can see the heavily armed operations group down there on the left-hand side. Down near their vehicle, there's the Bearcat in the middle there as well. And then the actual house. So we'll just scroll over a little bit. So there's the house of interest. Yeah, we can't see a bus visible in these photos, but that's not to say, you know, that they're not there. There we go. All right. Thank you for telling me about that. Now we know how to zoom in and all that sort of shit. That will make things easier for me. So thank you so very, very much for telling me that illusion. I really do appreciate it. Do you want to have a look at this photo too? We'll have a bit of a look at this photo. Why not? We'll bring it in. We'll close that one off. There it is there. Let's go in for a bit of a look. All right, so not much over on the far side. There's an old piano. That's a strange place to leave a piano when you think about it, isn't it? Let's go back this way. So not much happening in that photo, bar the old Bearcat down the bottom here. There he is. There's the Bearcat. Nice looking piece of equipment, isn't it? It is a very nice piece of equipment. I like saying that. That's pretty bloody good. So there you go. That's the two photos. Now then we go into about Fuckwit Freeman. Police have released more details about the alleged cop killer, Desmond Freeman, revealing his name, Desmond Philby. He was last seen wearing a khaki tracksuit trouser, dark green rain jacket, a brown set of Bloodstone boots, and some glasses. He's Caucasian, 183 centimetres, so about 5'11", medium build with short dark hair and brown eyes. He is heavily armed, and this is spotted. He's 100% heavily armed, and it goes into some details how he's heavily armed. First and foremost, the warrant that they were serving was because he likes fucking kids. That's one, right? So the police were turning up to execute a search warrant to find information on him fucking children. That is 100% confirmed. That is one of the reasons they were there. The second reason for that warrant was firearms-related offences. So they knew that he had firearms, and they had a list of firearms that he had. None of those firearms have been retrieved at the property at this stage, which means that he has stashed these firearms possibly where he is now held up. The police commissioner has said that Mr. Freeman, also known as Philby, was heavily armed and still at large. Police believe Mr. Freeman has many weapons with him. Long arms, powerful firearms, multiple firearms. We haven't recovered any of his firearms from the scene. I can assure everyone that we are pouring every research into this search, he says. We can assure everyone that we are pouring every research into this search, or we're just reading that again. Mr. Bush, it was plausible for the alleged offender hiding in a bunker or had set up traps in the area. Anything is possible, he said. He knows that area, even though we have experts in the area. He will know that area better than us. So this is why we're putting in every expert and support by local knowledge as well. We must find him, he goes on to say. Then it talks about his sex crimes. He, Mr. Freeman, alleged sex crimes, he says. The team went there with local officers and members of the Sexual Offence and Child Investigation team. We are not going to go into detail, any further details, because there are victims involved, and it's a matter that it would be very unfair and unwise for him, being the officer, to talk to him about it any further. So they then talk about why that was all the case and how it's all everything else that is happening. So there's the Bearcat right there. What a beautiful piece of equipment. I do think it is a very beautiful piece of equipment. Frank, I don't see my last comment on here. It's here again. You get some sleep. Oh, yeah, I probably do need to get some sleep. It's somewhere along the track. But I'm going to do my best to keep thumbing along. I do apologise if I've missed anyone's stuff that is getting posted in the chat. I am trying my best there to keep track on it as well. But who else is here? Simo's here as well. G'day, mate. How are you? Then it goes into don't support this man. It's fucking dangerous. It's stupid. He's killed 2 police officers and injured a 3rd. He does not deserve anyone's assistance. Fucking spot on. And that is kind of where we're up to at the moment. We've got a news report that came through. We got a news report that came through on Channel 7 earlier this evening. We're going to go have a look at that. Let me just grab that video. This talks more about the officers involved and what happened with them and who they are and why it's important to remember these heroes, really, is the best way to describe it. They paid the ultimate sacrifice to deal with a fucking idiot. All right, so our local news team, this is Channel 7 in Melbourne, who are covering the video. This was from tonight's broadcast, only probably an hour and a half ago. I'll be guessing that the broadcast happened. So we'll kick it over to them and let them have a go.
Good evening. Tactical police from across Australia are holed up in Victoria's high country tonight, desperate to find an accused cop killer. The fugitive is armed and dangerous and is most likely using his intimate knowledge of the rugged terrain to evade capture. The marathon manhunt continues as the force honours 2 fallen officers, Detective Neil Thompson and Senior Constable Vadim Devart, both killed in the line of duty. Chief Crime Reporter Cassie Zervos begins tonight's coverage.
In the foothills of the high country, our most elite police unit is hunting a killer in the mist.
Desi Freeman, also known as Philby, a 56-year-old local who is heavily armed, is still at large.
Somewhere near Porapunka, the 56-year-old remains in hiding, 32 hours after he allegedly murdered 2 officers in cold blood. They were Vadim Devart, a 35-year-old senior constable from the Public Order Response Team, and veteran Neil Thompson.
I just want to point out, and I'm not going to mention names and stuff, but the fact that he was part of the Public Order Response Team, also known as Port, Wolf Queen's godfather, was the senior in control of Port when this gentleman was part of the team. I've touched base with him today and passed on all of our love and care and support to him and his former team at this stage. So to let you know, this is how 6 degrees of separation. When you think you don't know anyone involved, you find out you know someone involved. And sadly, at this case, we do know someone that is involved in this situation who's actually currently been involved in the scene. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that. I'm going to respect his privacy and his name, but just know that there is someone from our community who is an active member of the police force, high up in the police force, that is currently dealing with the situation. So that's how much it affects people that you may or may not deal with on a daily basis. So just so you know, that's how this has played out.
Thompson, a detective from Wangaratta CIU, due to retire next week. Another officer was seriously wounded. For security reasons, his identity remains confidential.
We are putting every piece of support around the families of the officers that have passed.
Police body camera footage has revealed when Desi Freeman allegedly sprung his ambush, he was dressed in military fatigues. Today, Special Operations Group officers deployed their dogs and
I just may as well leave myself on the screen. I didn't know that. That's a new bit of information. That is a new piece of information that we are learning tonight, that he was dressed in military fatigues, which is the khaki clothes that they were referring to. We didn't know that he was in military style. We knew that he was dressed in khaki. So, you know, he was sort of doing when I think of khaki, I think of, like, you know, what Steve Irwin used to wear, which is that's proper khaki. So the fact that this fucker had set an ambush, was ready to go, had himself already dressed in military style fatigues to complete his ambush, to completely destroy 2 officers' lives, and then injure a third, and then shoot over the top of 7 others while they had to take cover and wait for backup before they could be rescued. So this is a new piece of information. We didn't know this piece of information earlier. So he has definitely thought this one through. He is definitely prepared for this. The fact that now, if we were to use the logical connection, right? This is, being a former investigator, this is how it works. You look at logical connections. So let's look at the information that we've been given. First bit of information we got was an execution style done to the 2 police officers in the third. So he has executed at some stage, like as in execution styled, destroyed 2 lives. He then ambushed, by the sounds of it, which is the next connection. So we went from execution style to execution style ambush to now he was dressed in military fatigue. This is, and the fact that they have stated that they can't rule out the fact that he, one, knows the bush area, fled to that area, and the firearms that they were looking for are not to be found. Now, I don't know about you, but running down the road or running into the bush carrying multiple firearms, high-powered rifles, a shotgun, 2 police service weapons, isn't what you call an easy run. Like, that's not something that you can just do. You can't just whack 5 or 6 weapons under your arm and go running straight into the bush. Anyone who has ever handled a firearm can tell you that 110% that is almost an impossible thing to try and achieve. Anyone that's ever been in the military, anyone that's ever carried more than 2 firearms will tell you that is a fucking pain in the ass to try and carry that many firearms. So at some stage, he has known that this was coming. He has then set up his ambush. He has then executed 2 service members of the Victorian Police. He has injured a third. He then has held 7 others under gunfire before fleeing on foot into the Australian bushland, which means at some stage he has stashed his weapons somewhere in that bushland. That was how he was able to have all of his firearms removed from the property. This is 100%, and again, I do not want to say this is confirmed, because the last thing we want to do in this situation is, if he is found alive, to poison the jury pool, which is something that is why the words alleged and things like that have to be used. So at this stage, I am alleging, no one else, I am alleging that this was a premeditated set-up situation where he knew exactly what was coming and he knew exactly what he was going to be doing. So I don't want to say that is something confirmed by the Victorian Police. We want them to do their investigation to the best of their ability, and then they can report back when it is operationally safe to do so, so we can get more information on what's taken place. But at this stage, it would seem a logical person could come to the conclusion of, is the words that I will use here, that this appears to be a premeditated style attack that resulted in the deaths of 2 Victorian police officers and the injury of a third. He has now disappeared into the Australian bush or wilderness with firearms that they originally came to retrieve. So there's a whole bunch of things there that we can look at. Without you guys, feel free to speculate all you want, especially international people. Go nuts, because you're not going to be called for jury duty for this. I'm not going to be called for jury duty for this. But if anyone is out there that is part of the Victorian system, the last thing I want to do is poison that jury pool and give this motherfucker any defence stating that, you know, people have already come to their own conclusions. This, by the way, would be concluded as trial by media. Let's put it in that category, trial by media, and we'll cover all bases that way. So I don't want to poison the jury pool by saying this is what it is. Let's just use the word alleged. Let's use the word possible or logical conclusion. That's how we're going to get around it, and that's how we have to continue to get around it. So a logical person could come to the conclusion that this person has premeditated this attack. That's the logical conclusion at this stage with the information available. You guys, feel free to speculate. Go absolutely troppo. The reason I'm never going to be called into a jury pool is because I have worked the systems before and I am a pro-law enforcement channel. So immediately I'm disqualified. So that's fine. I've got no problem with that. But others out there that may be referred to and brought in for a jury, if this man was to be found alive and taken into custody, then we don't want to poison that pool. So that's how we'll move on. Let's go on. Let's get a little bit more info.
Freeman allegedly sprung his ambush. He was dressed in military fatigues. Today, Special Operations Group officers deployed their dogs and a heat-seeking helicopter.
How nice is that chopper, by the way? That's only new, that chopper. That's only about 1.5 years old, but it's beautiful. It is a fucking beautiful helicopter. As you can see, there's the FLIR camera at the front. It's got a whole bunch of sensors underneath it as well. They can almost get a full 360 view from, it'll be a full 360 view from underneath the chopper. So it's fantastic. It really is very, very cool. I want to go for a ride in one. When all this is said and done, when all this is over, Chief Commissioner, please give us a ride, mate. Let us have a ride.
Scanning for signs of life in the forest, but they found nothing. Freeman is a bushcraft expert and acquaintances say he has the skills to stay hidden.
He knows the area, he's a very experienced bushman, and I think it would be very hard to find him.
This morning, locals received a second text message warning them to stay at home, but some were locked out by police roadblocks.
We just asked, is there any chance we can go home?
Slick to you too. G'day, mate. How are you? Good to see you. Okay, I'll have a look at it in just a sec, mate.
Jaded were forced to rent a motel room.
Basically told, no, there's no chance.
Just uneasy. Like there's an idea of you don't know what's going to happen.
The local holiday park is today a ghost town.
At this stage, we're just all going to stay put and the park's closed.
Everyone is acutely aware of why.
The police told you you're not allowed to come here.
Desi Freeman, a serial aggressor, seen here threatening a neighbour's son.
So this is new footage. We haven't seen this before. We haven't seen him. This is pure sovereign citizen behaviour. He's got a problem, so he straps his fucking GoPro to his chest. He grabs his little fucking phone. He's going out to find some clicks for cuffs or whatever the fuck he wants to do. He wants to get himself some clout. We need to try and find this fuckwit's YouTube channel. He's without doubt, he's got a YouTube channel or he's got a some kind of social media thing, and we need to find it. We need to fucking find this guy's channel so we can, one, learn more about him, and two, see if we can find information on that channel that could be helpful to the Victorian police. That's what I think we need to do. Have a look at this fuckwit, right? If you were hanging around my property like this, mate, you wouldn't need to worry about your fucking phone. That is very, very fucking true. What's wrong with the title? Breaking update. What else would you call it? Breaking news. Breaking update. I don't know. Call it what you want. I don't care.
Everyone is acutely aware of why.
The police told you you're not allowed to come here.
Thanks,
Desi Freeman, a serial aggressor, seen here threatening a neighbour's son.
Jesus, how are you?
You're going to be charged with making a false report to police and sued, and I'll be going for damages.
The search teams have set up in a
What's
local
wrong?
winery today a number of false alarms. One theory is he's holed up in a mountain cave. Another that Freeman has concealed himself on his own property. A potentially deadly game, only this time the line between the hunter and the hunted is blurred.
The accused has firearms experience and access to weapons, strong survival.
This is someone we need to talk to. Can someone remember her name by the end of this? I want to get in contact with this doctor. I would like to talk to her. She is an extreme expert. I would like to get her opinion on whether or not sovereign citizens now pose this level of danger. That's what I would like to talk to her about. If we can find her details, That would be fantastic. I would love to talk to her and see what's going on.
Skills as well as strong bushcraft skills.
For the victims, families and a community on edge, the police chief has this promise.
The hunt will continue until we find him.
Also, before we go to the next part, this police commissioner...
For the victims, families and a community on edge.
Right, for those that missed the earlier...
promise.
The ones that may have missed the earlier broadcast, this guy is an expert police officer who had dealt with the... thank you for that, Century. Who has dealt with mass murder previously. There was a thing known as the Christchurch Massacre a few years ago where 51 people lost their lives from a rampage shooter who went into a mosque and just started executing people. 51 people lost their lives in a matter of seconds. Sadly, I have seen the live stream video of that massacre. It is sick. It is disgusting. All you get to see is multiple people lose their lives. And this officer here, this chief commissioner, was part of that force that was tasked with taking that man down and tasked with the aftermath of that situation. So, great guy to be in control of this situation.
The hunt will continue until we find him.
And Cassie Zervos police are facing tough conditions as the manhunt enters a second night.
Well, Mitch, to add to the complexities of this manhunt, police have been battling extreme weather conditions all day. The rain has been on and off and low-lying fog has been surrounding bushland and the accused gunman's address too. Now, Victoria Police has sent out a third text message in the past 24 hours warning locals tonight to stay inside, to lock their doors and to, of course, avoid any unnecessary travel. I'm told more than 100 police officers will be working long into the evening using their police intelligence to track this man down and to bring him to justice. Mitch.
Cassie Zervos in the High Country, thank you. The two slain police officers were at opposite ends of their careers in the force. Nick McCallum has the latest from Porpunka, and Nick, they sacrificed their lives for our state.
Peter, Neil Thompson was a 38-year veteran of the force, the past 18 years based here in northeast Victoria. Vadim Devart was on secondment to Wangaratta.
Okay,
now, unfortunately, the impact of this tragedy has been felt on the other side of the world. His parents live in Belgium. A community in shock, a police force in mourning, grief all around Victoria. For 59-year-old Wangaratta detective leading Senior Constable Neil Thompson, tragically due to retire next week. He joined the force.
How fucking sad's that? The guy was going to retire next week. That was it for him. He was going to see this week out, and that would have been the end of it. He would have fucking gone home, gone to hang out with his partner, who recently he built a house with. He was ready for retirement. He's got a beautiful dog there. He's got a beautiful piece of property. He was ready to hang up the shield and go and be a civilian. And this dirty fucking cunt just destroyed that. Not only did he destroy that guy's life, or take that guy's life, he has taken the life and the love of his partner, his family, his friends, the police force. He has caused nothing but devastation in his wake, and he needs to be fucking stopped.
Force in 1987, worked
Thank you,
as
Century.
the Major Fraud Squad, then the State Crime Squad, before joining the Wangaratta CIU.
CIU is the Crime Investigation Unit.
In 2007. Police say with his partner Lisa, he was planning in earnest for imminent retirement. Together, Neil and Lisa had built a new home.
He was a fairly large character in this police station, an outdoorsy guy that shared his passions, his outside work passions with his colleagues.
He was well known and well loved in the community.
He was always there for the community. He was always there at the local football. See him in the supermarket, stop and have a chat about this and that. Lovely guy. Lovely guy, good man, good honest man, yeah.
35-year-old Senior Constable Vadim de Wart had just bought a home in Melbourne. Born in Belgium, he joined the police academy here in 2018, worked at the St Kilda police station before joining the public order response team in 2023. He was on secondment to Wangaratta. He loved scuba diving, motorcycling and skydiving.
Anything we want to say to everyone at home before we go? Love you,
we love you guys.
He also had a passion for running. His
Fuck you, mate. Fuck you for taking these lives. Fuck you.
Parents in Belgium now in mourning.
His colleagues talk about his big smile and his blue eyes. He loved licorice. He just took up running. He just ran 10k, was aiming for a half marathon.
At the Wangaratta police station, an ever-growing floral tribute, now covering 2 tables, at a condolence book for the dead officers.
I'm just throwing this out there. I would like to get some flowers to this police station. I know that's fucking, it means, like, what's it mean? Nothing. Like, what's it going to do? It's not going to do fucking anything. But it's just a good way to show some support. I don't know. I don't know what we can do.
Thoughts too for a 3rd officer.
We've got a member that's still in hospital, recovering from significant injuries.
At nearby Bright, this woman bought flowers to pay her respects. At Albury's St Matthew's Church, blue ribbons on the front fence and a special memorial service. And at the police memorial in St Kilda Road, a constant convoy of police paying their respects.
Members are gathering, obviously, to try and support each other where they can, but keep in mind they're also fully focused on locating this offender.
And they still have their own jobs to do. This is the big thing. A lot of people, right, if you are in your workplace and someone dies in the workplace, right, that workplace normally shuts. That's it. You can probably go home for a little bit. Someone's died on the job. We're gonna call it a day, guys. Right? We're all gonna head on home. Police don't have that luxury, do they? Police, fire and ambulance, state emergency services, these people don't have a fucking choice. They need to go and keep working. So picture those 7 officers that sat there and had no choice but to watch their colleagues die, knowing true well that they were pinned and couldn't do anything about it, and then to hear that those 7 get to go home, but the other officers that come to that scene, their job just started. All these people that know these gentlemen and ladies that were involved, because they all came from Wangaratta, they're all coming from one station, those guys have to keep working. They had to finish their shift. They had to come back the next day and do their job. Name another fucking workplace that happens in. I don't think you can, right? But they have a job to do. They've lost their brothers, but they still need to do their fucking job. Now, the other thing too is that memorial that you're seeing, that is a Victorian police memorial that's in the city of Melbourne. It is a place of remembrance. It's not far from the War Memorial. It's actually in the same gardens as the War Memorial, the Shrine of Remembrance there in Melbourne. There is that monument off to the side. I personally think that they should probably have security on that 24 hours a day for the next little while. That's my own personal belief, but I can probably guarantee you that off-duty officers will be doing that anyway, because that's the sort of respect they held for one another. Last time we lost multiple officers in one hit, that thing got vandalised, so I don't want to see that ever happen again. So I'm sure that there's things in place, but I think I don't know what we need. I don't know. What can we do? This is all I can do. This is it. This is all I've got. This is the power I have currently. A platform where I can at least try and get the updates rolling out. That's all I've got, right? I've got my comedic ability to start doing the videos again and getting people laughing. That's all I can do. I can't get out there and fucking search for this asshole. I can't fucking be there and serve sausages to him. I can't. There's things that are tight. I can't fucking do. I want to, Kimatron and I had that conversation earlier. Kimatron was due to join the police force up until my car accident. So she feels this. There's people out there that have members of family that are involved in the police force. They have friends, they have loved ones. They're all feeling it. And the police are the ones that had to go back to work. Think about the ambulance officers who would have been local ambulance officers that sadly had to take colleagues of theirs away in body bags. That's something that's going to sit with those ambulance officers for the rest of their life. But guess what? They had to continue their shift for the rest of the day. They didn't get to go home.
Sympathy to the family, the friends, the colleagues of the two officers, to Detective Leading Senior Constable Neil Thompson and Senior Constable Vadim Devat.
Nick McCallum, 7 News.
The third officer injured in the ambush attack is recovering from surgery. Ainsley Kosh has an update from the Alfred Hospital. Ainsley, the Chief Commissioner has paid a bedside visit.
He said he was going to.
Yes, he certainly did, Mitch. We know that that third officer is recovering here at the Alfred Hospital tonight after undergoing surgery. And this morning, the Police Commissioner paid him a visit here after this morning's press conference. We know also that Wayne Gatt, the head of the Police Association, is expected to speak with the officer's family this evening and also pay his respects. Of course, there has been an outpouring of grief across the state tonight after these tragic circumstances over the past 24 hours or so. We know that a number of buildings tonight, just like last night, will be lit up in blue to honour those officers who died.
So I was just looking at some photos. They actually are already lit up. The Shrine of Remembrance, which is the war memorial, the big war memorial here in Melbourne, which is where Anzac services and stuff are held in large quantity, in large numbers. This is the Balti Bridge, which is one of the main thoroughfare bridges just on the outskirts of Melbourne. I know that places like the Rialto, the Melbourne Cricket Ground, Amy Park Stadium, all these big stadiums and sporting stadiums, Rod Laver Arena, which is where we hold a lot of concerts and things, all the sporting ovals have all gone blue. You can see behind me, I've changed the colour pattern in this office to blue. And this is, all we can do is try and show signs of support. That's a great idea, actually. Why Century has done it, what we might do, I'm going to add something to here. Where is it? Let's add. We're going to add. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let's add that to. Sorry about me. I'm just adding stuff as we're going along. There we go. We'll do that. I've now added that emoji wall that you see on all the other spots. So if you want to use blue love hearts and fill the screen as we go along, feel free to do so. It's not going to disrupt the video that you can see. So feel free to do that. If you want to chuck in blue love hearts and show your sign of support, go nuts. You know, if that's something that you're sitting at home, you're like, well, what the fuck can I do? I know it's a little gesture, it's a tiny gesture, but it's still a gesture. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, if that's something you want to do, I'm not going to stop you. I'll set it up for you. Where's my video? There's my video. We lost you? All right.
Of buildings tonight, just like last night, will be lit up in blue to honour those officers who died in the line of duty, including at a number of locations like the MCG, Flinders Street Station and at Parliament House. Flags will also be flown lowered at half-mast today like they were yesterday as the community and the entire police force comes to terms with what has unfolded. Mitch.
Ainsley Kosh at the Alfred, thank you.
All right, so that's where we're up to with that report. I'm pretty sure Mippet posted another one. I don't know if is this the same ones that we just did, or is this a separate one? This is only a 4-minute one. Let's have a look at this one. Let's hide that. This is only a smaller one. Let's have a look. So Channel 7's actually done a few things tonight. One of them's a quick video as well on the sovereign citizen side of shit that they covered earlier today. So if someone is online right now that can go to Channel 7's YouTube page and send the link to their story on the sovereign citizens, that would be great. It's only a quick story, but it's still a good story to look at. I'll close that. We'll fucking bring this one up. I am so very thankful that you're all here with me doing this. I really am.
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
Blue heart emoji, 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 blue heart emoji.
That was fun. Oh, okay. Van Bolen apparently just released a video with his condolences. We might check that one out in a minute too. Can you send me the link to that? That would be nice. Thank you for the donation too, Slick. You didn't need to do that, mate. We'll check that out. Let's have a look at this one.
Good evening. Shock and anger have given way to sorrow tonight as the country mourns the two police officers murdered by a gunman in country Victoria. Senior constables Neil Thompson and Vadim Devart were ambushed and shot in cold blood, both dedicated officers and much-loved colleagues.
Today, their fellow officers stopped to pay tribute, but their job's not done. This is a live shot in the tiny town.
Before we continue, Jeff, what I might try and do is sometime next week. Wangaratta isn't overly far for me to travel, but I just need to make sure things are in place for me to do that travel. And I would personally deliver some flowers or something to the station. But let me work on that. I don't want to say that's something I can do. If I can't do it, then we'll organise some to be delivered. But if I can get there physically to get something and deliver something, then I will. But we'll come back to it. Let me work on it.
Town of Porpunka tonight, where the search for gunman Desi Freeman is being coordinated. New South Wales Police supporting their Victorian colleagues, united in their determination to bring a cop killer to justice.
Heat-seeking choppers, a bulletproof Bearcat, Army-style police with deadly firepower. This remote Victorian countryside is ground zero in the hunt for double cop killer Desi Freeman. The Chief Commissioner's order.
We must find him.
And these are the officers murdered in the line of duty. Detective leading Senior Constable Neil Thompson and Senior Constable Vadim Devart. Described as an eternal optimist and avid traveller, his heartbroken parents live in Belgium. Detective Thompson, after 38 years of dedicated service, was on the verge of retirement.
What happened with the police officers, I mean, that has just been absolutely destroying.
At Wangaratta, a shrine continues to grow for the fallen officers. Tomo, life will never be the same. You were such a great mate. Thoughts too for the third officer left wounded in hospital.
We're sad. We're all sad. We're working through visiting family today. That's obviously difficult.
The country town of Porpunka remains in lockdown. The local school shut, streets deserted. Aviation authorities have imposed a no-fly zone until at least Friday night, as residents are warned to stay indoors.
Be vigilant, keep yourselves safe. Please don't go outside if you don't need to.
Fears that Freeman has a lot of firepower.
Yes, we believe he has long arms, powerful firearms, multiple firearms.
He would not say if any police guns had been taken.
I'm not going to go into anything at the moment.
Has he
But it's pretty much confirmed that he has.
gone interstate?
Anything's possible.
Could he be in a bunker?
Anything's possible.
Could he have set traps?
Our people are used to those sorts of interventions, and they're well briefed to be on the lookout.
A big concern, Freeman is at home in the bush.
He knows the area. He's a very experienced bushman, and I think it would be very hard to find him.
Freeman is described as a sovereign citizen. He believes he's not subject to the law. Seen here threatening a neighbour's son.
You're going to be charged with making a false report to police and sued and I'll be going for damages.
The might and power of the Victorian Police Force is concentrated right here. A makeshift command post at a local winery solely focused on bringing to justice a fugitive that has murdered 2 of their own and injured a 3rd. This is personal. Melbourne's Balti Bridge blazing police blue last night in memory of the officers described as brave and fine.
Taylor Aiken joins us live from Poorpunka now. Taylor, what's the latest on the search?
Well, Ange, police say there have been no confirmed sightings of Desi Freeman since he fled into the bush more than 36 hours ago. Police are keeping tight control on their search efforts tonight, refusing to reveal any key details, believing that the 56-year-old may be monitoring their search efforts through the media. Now, we do understand that the weather has hampered these search efforts today. There's been plenty of rain and low-lying fog impacting
low-lying fog. He fucking is.
The police say they will not give up, determined to find this man dead or alive.
Preferably dead. That would be my fucking preferred response. Just gonna bring that one up for a sec. Now, we're now into the broadcast. Normally, I would play a song and all that sort of stuff. I'm not sure how I don't know. I've got a B-Rock back screen is what I'm thinking of. I should have had a song ready to go, but I haven't got a song ready. Oh, I could probably get a song ready. Hang on a sec. Do you guys want to hear a song or something? Would that be preferable? We could probably do that. We could probably do a song, or are you happy just to have 5 minutes to go to the toilet and stuff? You know what I mean? Like, it's going to take me another 4 minutes to fucking get everything ready. So why don't we I'm going to go to my Be Right Back screen. We're going to take a 5-minute break, let everyone go to the toilet and all that sort of stuff. We'll get that done. And then we'll come back and we'll have a look at the report that's been sent to us. Thanks to Mippet. Again, Channel 7 did a bit of a report on it. We're going to have a look at that. We'll see if there's any other new updates floating around. So we're going to go to a Be Right Back screen. You've got time now. You can go to the toilet, wash your face, all that sort of stuff. And then we'll be right back. Back in a sec. G'day everybody, welcome back to the channel. Big thank you all of you that are hanging around with us. G'day Nathan, my soul brother Nathan's in the house as well. Good to have him here with us. Everyone, thank you so very much for your care and all that sort of stuff for being here. Thank you for appreciating me doing a different style of live stream. I know that normally it's very comedic. It's all very, loud and full of energy and stuff. So I appreciate you taking time for me to do something like this. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. Let's get back to our little cut. Whoop, hang on a minute. Bloody Slick chucking in a $5. Mate, thank you very, very much. The chopper is just on its way to Wangaratta. Yeah, there's going to be probably a fair bit of traffic coming through that. To answer some questions, yes, Victorian police and pretty much all Australian police carry firearms on them, both lethal weapons as well as non-lethal tasers and sprays and batons and all that sort of stuff. So they are fairly well equipped when they do end up going out on these type of thingos, but they were ambushed. They, a lot of them didn't get a chance to even pull their weapons out before sadly losing their life. So they do carry firearms. Obviously, sometimes it's very hard to be on top of this before it happens. It's very hard to find this guy's social media. Everyone is out there trying to find it. So he's got to be around somewhere. He's recording for someone. It was reported earlier by what are they fucking called? A conservative YouTuber here in Australia that Desi's fucking mate has sent messages to this guy stating that, he's a good guy, he's a good dad, and fucking blah, blah. Go fuck yourself, mate. He's a child fucking piece of shit, right? And if you got information, like he knew that the family wasn't with him, with Des, when we weren't sure whether or not the family was taken hostage, makes people believe that he is in contact with Des, if not Des himself. So we'll see what's going on. Okay, here we go. We're going to go, first and foremost, though, a lot of people want to know how they can donate and things like that. There is a way to do so. By the way, there's our petition there from Terry Arnold. 34 signatures currently on that. Wrong button. That's my thing. There we go. 36. There you go. 36 signatures chilling out on that. We're going to have a look at the Blue Ribbon Foundation. This is if you want to support law enforcement or get money to the families of who have the officers that have lost their life. This is a way to do so. If you go to the Blue, it's called remember.org.au is the website. This is the Blue Ribbon Foundation. This is the official website and the official police charity of the Victorian Police. So money raised goes to families of members that have lost their lives. So this is a way to do so. There's also a store there as well. If you are in Australia, you can head over to the shop. And we here in this house literally just bought this earlier. This is the Medallion Blue Ribbon Foundation challenge coin. We've actually purchased this particular thing, so that's going to be here and part of our collection very, very soon. They do say that you can only do the shopping if you are based in Australia, and at the moment with the US, with the tariffs and things like that, Australia Post isn't shipping many things to the United States. Anything under $100 they are okay with, letters and stuff. So it's going to be a bit difficult to get things into the United States at this stage. However, they do say here that they only ship products within Australia. Customers outside of Australia will need to contact them by telephone or email to make special arrangements and obtain the postage and packaging rates for shipping overseas. So they can do it. They can ship your stuff overseas if you want, as long as you're willing to pay the cost to do so. And if that is something that you want to do, if you go to their site and there's something there that you want, this would be the first logical step for you to try, is that is to get in contact with them. If you go to the Blue Ribbon Foundation, you'll find all the details there to get involved and how to contact them, how to contact the shop, and how to get get the different things sent to you. They got lots of really cool stuff. They really do have some cool stuff. So that is a way to do so. So there's a little contact thing. So you can send them a message via their website or, get their phone number and give them a call. That would be probably your quickest way to do it, though. So that's one way if you want to get your hands on some merchandise from the Blue Ribbon shop. And they've got a lot, as I said, they've got lots of really cool stuff. From the Constable T-Bears, they all come out. Every year these things pop up and all that. Oh, that's cool. Look at that little rank insignias for your Constable T-Bear. How cool is that? Look at that, all the little how cool are they? Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. So that that's one way to do it. If that's something that you want to do, you can go that way as well. So that's one option. Let's have a look. Mippet sent a video for me to have a look at. We will bring up the video. Bear with me.
It's been 32 hours since.
This was from an hour ago. Let's have a look at this one. Let me bring up our little page. So this was from about an hour ago, according to Mippet. I'll have a look. Let's bring up the video.
It's been 32 hours since Desi Freeman opened fire, killing 2 police officers and fleeing into the bush. Hundreds of police officers will be working long into the evening using their intelligence to track this man down. They are facing tough conditions like potential traps, but they are using police dogs to potentially sniff out any leads and those traps too. But this search is made all the more harder because this man lives off the grid and is a so-called sovereign citizen, something that ASIO says is now on the rise.
Just north of Porpunka last year,
leave your car and get out! You're trespassing!
An apparent sovereign citizen takes on police near Rutherglen. The aggressor claiming the...
Look at that fuckwit getting into the fucking officer's car. I haven't seen this footage before. This is straight from the officer's body cam. I'm guessing this has been taken via Channel 7. They managed to get their hands on this. Have a look at this fuckwit. So he's coming into a property. And this is the problem with the rural properties around here at the moment is a lot of the coppers are going into these places, expecting to have the same interaction as they would with someone in the city. But they're not. They're coming across farms of fuckwits. And this is a big, big problem. Like, look at this fucking gronk over here in the corner. Look at this fucking noomfa. All right, fresh off a bong, probably shot some fucking methamphetamine straight up her own ass. And now she's waving to the copper like he's a taxi driver.
ASIO says is now on the rise.
Rutherglen's not overly far
just north of
from Melbourne.
Porpunka last year.
Leave your car and get out! You're trespassing!
An apparent sovereign
Look at
citizen.
him. What are you doing reaching into the... He's reaching into the squad car. Why isn't this guy tasting some vitamin lead? That would be the end of someone if they did that to me. I'd be like, well, this is where you die. This is exactly how you die. The Grand Reaper's going to turn up and go, so what happened, fuckhead? And you'll be like, well, I stuck my head in a police car because I thought that'd be a fucking smart move. He should be at least tasting electricity by now, if not trying to figure out how the wireless hole puncher has managed to end his whole fucking life.
Takes on police near Rutherglen. The aggressor claiming the officer had no right to be on his property.
Drop the taser now!
The rise of the sovereign citizen movement on home...
Oh, he pulled the officer's taser! Look at this fuckwit! Look at this fuckwit! He's pulled the officer's taser from his duty belt, or from his vest. This should be instant death. Imagine this happening in the United States. This guy would be fucking whistling holes out of his own arsehole by now, standing at the fiery gates of hell, fucking standing there going, well, shit, what the fuck just happened? Right? Well, you fucked around and you found out that's what happened. And that's what this guy needs to be tasting. He needs a little bit of fuck around and find out justice. That's what needs to happen. He's gone into a police car. He's removed the taser from a fucking active service member of the Victorian Police and pointing it at him. Your pepper spray should be the least of your concern right now. Battering this fuckwit with sticks should be the go-to move here. If not, literally, as I said, as Davo points out in the thing, he needs some instant ventilation in his chest. That's what needs to happen right now. He needs to have some wireless hole punches shooting some vitamin lead into the system, see how the vitamin lead handles his blood flow, and that would be the end of the situation.
Soil has been rapid, and accused gunman Desi Freeman's movement on his property. Glenn, the aggressor claiming the officer.
Yeah, he's done a bit of a fucking karate kick into the kneecap, but that was fucking, you may as well have just thrown a rock at him, mate. You know, I know you're trying your best. And they're going, they always go for the least.
Police near Rutherglen, the aggressor claiming the officer had no right to be on.
Right, so this is the time now where you just start kicking harder. Right? You kick to the back of the knee didn't work. This is where Stingy the Baton needs to come out. This is where fucking retard rescue wand at the ready and get ready to just start, you know, oh, you're a fuckwit, Harry, and just start smacking him with your retard rescue wand. That would be exactly my movements in this situation. Not run around like a chicken, fucking, you know, just fucking snap him, mate. Just this, if anything ever called for a fucking snapping, this is the situation. Yeah, I think snapping someone needs to start making a comeback. Maybe that could be a shirt. So I fucking snapped him.
His property.
Drop the taser now!
The rise of the sovereign citizen movement on home soil has been rapid, and accused gunman Desi Freeman is believed to be part of the groundswell of extremism, labelling police Nazis and terrorist thugs while taking an office.
You see how there's an officer there in full undercover gear? He infiltrated the protest. It's things you got to keep an eye out for. That's why he's not wearing a uniform, but he gets the cuff and collar on this one.
Officer to court over his cancelled driver's licence.
These gunner rats are trying to hide the truth.
The AFP and ASIO have noted the extremist ideology has had a recent resurgence.
You want to wake up, guys?
And its associated lockdowns fueled and accelerated spikes in grievance, conspiracy and anti-authority beliefs.
And this is why. Oh, we fucking know her. We've covered her a million times on this channel. That's fucking Samantha. We've covered her on this channel. I've done a video on her previously where she got done because she had fucking sovereign citizen plates on her vehicle. We have that on this channel. If you want to know more about her, you'll find it. Also, anyone in the media that happens to stumble across this, or you're part of the Australian media, get in contact with me. I'll tell you exactly who all of these fuckwits are. Got no problem with that whatsoever. And same as probably everyone else that covers these videos on YouTube would have no problem explaining to you in very easy detail who these drop kicks are. There was something I was going to bring up. I can't remember what it was. I'm sure it was important. Oh, the ASIO guy, talking about how these guys are. ASIO, by the way, is the Australian intelligence agency. So that's our version of it. The other thing that you can do to help ASIO in their quest to fucking have these labelled as domestic terrorists is go over to the petition that you see pinned at the very top of the YouTube chat. Go to that, sign it. Let's help fucking Terry Arnold get as many fucking signatures on there as we can, and that way he can take that to the members of the government and see what we can do to have the sovereign citizen movement labelled as domestic terrorists, or categorised, more to the point, as domestic terrorists.
And while subscribers have been around for decades, social media has led to its proliferation. This X forum labelling yesterday's shooting a
Oh, you dirty cunts. I know all four of these arseholes. The guy in the bottom corner, he and I actually know one another personally. I don't want to go in any more detail than that. Right, but I know him, he knows me, and we know each other personally. The guru at the top, he tries to run, it's actually really funny about the guru. He was running a thing in a pub, or, whatever, like a get around, everyone come to me, pay me some money, and I'll fucking tell you how to get out of, all this shit. So funny. I was talking to a copper about this from the local station last year, because we were talking about sovereign citizens and stuff. And the guru midway through his fucking, I'm the greatest person in the world and I'm going to show you how to get out of parking tickets and I'm going to show you how the police have no fucking jurisdiction on anyone. He had his vehicle parked out the front with fucked and, with those stupid plates on it. So the coppers started writing the ticket and taking the plates, and he's turned up. I'm going to fucking sue you, I'm going to do this. And all of his little offsiders came running up to him. These are the people that paid money to watch him talk. And then he ended up going in handcuffs in front of the group, right? So everything they just spent $150 on to learn went out the fucking window when they saw the guru end up in handcuffs and thrown in the back of a fucking divisional van and taken on their merry little way to jail. Kaz, I don't know her, and Jackie Dundee, I've seen her floating around, but I don't know much about her. Craig Cole, he's just a complete nut fuckwit. Not going to go into any more detail than that, apart from the fact that you know who he is. Look at him. He's a fucking idiot, right? This is Mr. Sheen if Mr. Sheen got cancer and then thrown in a microwave. Look at him. Fucking hell. But not going to go into detail how I know the man, but we've known him a while. And there was a stage before he went fuckwit that we were mates. But that's as far as it was.
Conspiracy.
It's another false flag. Port Arthur massacre.
Oh, fuck right off about your false flag bullshit. They're saying that this is a false flag to try and prevent a march that's happening over the weekend, which was originally designed as a way of protesting the intake of immigration laws here in Australia, but now has been overtaken by a bunch of fuckwits and neo-Nazis and sovereign citizens and free men of the land and insert fucking fringe group of fuckwits here. They're the ones that have all taken over it now, and they reckon him shooting these coppers is a false flag to shut down the movement, and it's all this sort of bullshit, the standard crap that goes with it. So, it's all false flag. No, you're a fucking idiot, mate. Go back to your cats.
Any ideology that says the law doesn't apply to you.
So this is the guy that needs to get the petition. This bloke right here, he's the man that we need to get the fucking info in front of, right? Any
ideology.
The Home Affairs Minister. He's the guy that can take it to ASIAL. So let's get this petition on behalf of Terry Arnold seen everywhere. We need it to be seen globally. We need people to fucking sign it so Terry Arnold can take that thing to the Home Affairs Minister, if not to the head of ASIAL themselves. Terry Arnold can pull some strings from what I've heard. So I would like to see this succeed for him. D-Man, how are you, mate? Long time no see. Welcome to the show again, good sir.
That says the law doesn't apply to you is inherently dangerous.
Yesterday's ambush attack strikingly similar to the fatal...
Okay, so this is a bit more of that property, isn't it? This is a little bit more of that compound. Let's go...
Is inherently dangerous.
Yes.
Not that, Terry. It's not that, Terry. Yeah, so this is a bit more of that compound. There's a couple of water tanks and stuff there. Is that the... no, that's not the bus. Look, no, that doesn't look like the bus.
Yesterday's ambush attack strikingly similar.
Yeah, I thought that might have been it looks like it's just the front of the house. I thought that might have been
the fatal police.
I thought that might have been the bus, but it's not. It's just that doesn't look like it's up to code, does it? That house does not look like it is 100% up to code. Actually, I think this is that the one in Queensland? I don't think this is even the same property. I think this is the Queensland property where the other two officers in 2023 lost their lives. It is. That's why you see the blurred out things on the screen. That's two fallen, slain police officers that are covered by having their things covered. That this was from the previous two police officers that lost their lives in 2023. So all up, sovereign citizens in Australia have wiped out 4 members of police, 1 civilian, and injured 2 other police officers with gunfire. So this was the first actual attack from sovereign citizens on Australian law enforcement. Happened in Queensland a few years ago.
These shootings at Williambilla in 2022.
Deplorable behaviour. particularly what he was inciting people for.
As the colleagues of our fallen officers brave the tough task of hunting the killer of two of their own. Laura Turner, 7 News.
There you go. So there's no doubt that finding this fuckwit is top priority for the police at this stage. I'm just going to have a bit of a gander around and see what else we've got floating around here. A few people are sharing the domestic terrorist thing on Twitter, which is great. Fantastic. That is good to see. Let's see what's happening if we were to type in sovereign citizen here into the old Twitter machine. It's so fucking... This is so fucking weird. This is so fucking weird. Look at these dickheads. You and Cocky twisting my fucking arm, mate. I just got out of jail for punching it on with Vic Pol. Pointed me as an unhitched sovereign citizen. They literally use those words at bail hearings to lock me in a cage, mate. Yeah, you know, because fucking, yeah, if I'm allowed to hit a fucking copper, that's what I should be fucking allowed to do. Fuck off, dickhead. Have a fucking go at you, right? Have a fucking go at you. Can't Aussies, we need every single one of you. What's this one for? What are you fucking... Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is all about the whole fucking march on the 31st. This is where everyone's going to meet and all that sort of stuff. And this is the march that they've taken over. This is the protest that they've taken over. It's time to take... Let's have a look. It's time to take our country back. It's time to defend our heritage. It's time to defend our culture and stop mass immigration now. That's what they wanted. That was the original purpose of the situation, but it's now grown completely out of control. No foreigner flags. It's time to put Australia first. Righto, fuckhead. Righto, fuckhead. Yeah, we'll get right on that. Look at all these fuckwits, right? They're all going to run around how fucking great they are. Like this fuckwit. Oh, you Cocky, you twisted my fucking arm, mate. I just got out of jail for punching it on with Vic Pol. Yeah, you sound like a fucking winner, mate. You sound like a real fucking winner, aren't you? Let's have a good look at your Twitter, you big dopey fuck. Let's see if you are. Oh, look at this fuckwit. And this guy's reposting it. Look at this. Not going to lie, kind of rooting for Desi. It astonishes me how many people are feeling sorry for Vic Pol after the way that they've treated the public for the past 5 years. Now they're acting surprised that it has come to this. These are real people. These are real fuckwits that are out there. How do we know that you're not the next one to take the life of police officers? How do we know that? And this fucking dickhead is retweeting this shit. Oh, I'm not a sovereign citizen though. No, I just agree that law enforcement should be fucking killed. Yeah, that's all I agree in. Fucking Australia! Yeah, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Yeah! I can tell you this, mate. I support Australia too. And you're not going to believe this, and this is true. I've never been arrested. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's ways to support your country without fucking punching police officers. I know it's weird. It's a strange concept. It's hardly ever heard of. But you can be a law-abiding citizen and still love your own country. It's fucking odd. What an odd situation we're involved in. Who would have thought that you could support your own country without punching and shooting police officers? It's unheard of. Oh my God, that is so fucking unheard of. Who knew that was a possibility? I agree with what you posted about cannon folding. Oh, fucking here we go. I feel sorry for the NPCs that are getting sent to die so the government can further their tyrannical agenda. Yeah, righto, mate. That's the reality, and ultimately the Vic Pol is just a communist enforcement arm of the government, not a police force anymore. Yeah, okay, mate. Yeah, righto. This is from 43 minutes ago. They shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have been there, mate. They fucking shouldn't have been there. Yeah, they shouldn't have fucking been there, mate. They had no lawful fucking reason, mate. Which fucking judge signed off on this bullshit warrant, huh? Fucking, yeah, fucking that's what I reckon. Go fuck yourself. Oh, look at Slick just handing out some memberships like they're candy. Thank you very much, good sir. They've had, look at this. They shouldn't have been there. They had no lawful reason. Which judge signed off on this bullshit warrant? I've heard allegations of sex offenders. That fell in right at the right time. Firearm checks. It's all bullshit. I fucking know. I know fucking bullshit when I smell it. Yeah, I fucking know it is. Because my parents called me bullshit and I smell fucking like bullshit. Especially when it's Victoria Police bullshit. Oh my fucking God. And this is the problem, isn't it? Right? This is the fucking problem, right? This is going to be a continuous thing. Desi is only the second sovereign citizen to do this. As we can clearly see, there's more people out there that support this horse shit, which is completely fucking stupid, right? And then someone's come underneath it. I know a little bit about it, but my gut feeling was it's sus. All right, from what I've seen, no one's buying it. Well, except for everyone. Many offering condolences to the cops, or for the cops, but absolutely no one is buying the narrative. What a fucking waste of human life for nothing. Now old mate's being hunted in the bush. Fancy special cops. They best be careful. Oh, they best be careful, should they? They should be fucking careful, you're saying. Is that what you're saying, old mate? Is that what you're saying, hey? They should be fucking careful. Yeah? All right. I reckon you should be careful because sprouting this horse shit on a public forum, good sir, means that I would hope that the Victorian police are paying extra special attention to you. Because judging by what I've seen, I wouldn't go anywhere near your house without a tank. Right? Because I'm not going to risk the lives of officers for fuckwits anymore. Instead, I'm going to roll a tank up to the front of your house and blow a fucking hole in the side of your home with a big fuck off round. And then we can all come in and pick up the pieces later. That would be how I would handle this situation from now on. Just fucking blow them to bits and then write your report whilst you're pissing on their fiery corpses. That would be my take of the situation. This is real people, everyone. This is real fucking people in Australia that are doing this shit. And then DH, which I think stands for Dr. Headjob, who talks about how he fucking is looking after him. It's a dark day, you young lad. I'm glad you're awake. Oh, yeah, I'm fucking glad of it too, mate. Yeah, fucking, Why don't you go off and fucking start pulling each other's cocks again? Account started with COVID, ended up noticing this. Here's the spread of misinformation. Great, thanks, Jews. Yeah, fucking right, Mike Burgess, the head of ASIO, isn't even Australian. The fuck's sake, he was born in the UK. This should be prohibited. Yeah, because, it's not like we allow immigration or anything, you know what I mean? Like, he's the head of the fucking intelligence service. The fuck do you reckon, mate? Do you reckon they would just give that job to anyone, do you? You reckon being the top fucking informant of the intelligence agency is just a job we just hand out randomly to people? Like, we just catch up at the airport, and as they're getting off the plane, we're like, what do you do? Oh, I'm from fucking Pakistan and India. And, oh, well, you're a taxi driver, mate. I hope you like talking into a Bluetooth headset 24 hours a day. Go and grab yourself an Uber license and head out that door. What about you, mate? What do you do? Well, I'm Italian. Oh, great, because we need people to fucking make pizzas. You go that way. Where are you, mate? You're fucking Lebanon. Oh, great. Excellent. Good. We need kebabs. You go out that door. What about you, mate? Well, I'm from the UK. Fantastic. How do you feel about being the head of a government agency? We're looking for someone to take over the fucking intelligence service. You keen? You down for it? Is that all right? Is that, well, I don't know, mate. I've never done intelligence stuff before. Oh, it's okay. I'm pretty sure you'll learn on the job. You'll be fine. Do you reckon that's how we do it, mate? Do you reckon that's how we just start handing out random jobs to fucking people as they get off? Are you a complete and utter fuckwit or what? Right? By the way, if you want to defend yourself, let me know. I'll have you on the fucking channel and you can tell me all about how I'm asleep and you're awake. Hey? How about that? I want this dude rallying with this song. This is real. And look at him. He's fucking, geez, he is right down the rabbit hole, isn't he? He doesn't like Jewish people. He doesn't like, oh, there we go. ASIO equals Mossad. Ah, well, that's good to know. That's excellent to know. Oh, here I was thinking they were our legal agency. The things you learn. Sovereign citizens, just another slur the government use to others that they want the public to turn on. No, no, they don't. They didn't even know what you fuckers were for a long time. Now this explains it all there. There's an Alex Jones stall right there. This is the right wing, the Nazis, the anti-vaxxers, the far right, the racists, the anti-Semites. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys are fucking nuts. You guys are dead set fucking nuts. Just dead set fucking crazy. Look at this. To any Vic poll out there, don't ever carry out one of these bullshit warrants. You are the cannon fobber, being sent to die for no fucking reason. Unless there's a legit emergency or people in danger, just say no. Like you should have with the lockdowns. Lord, have mercy on you. What are you going to do about it, mate? Hey, what are you going to do about it? Why don't you tell us your plan? All right, you're already out there fucking monologuing on fucking Twitter behind an unknown handle. Why don't you show your face to the situation? Tell us what you really think, eh? Hey, that would be a good idea. Oh, here we go. Common Law Australia. Here we go. Have a look at you fellas. We are united in our desire to fundamentally change our nation to create a better future for all. Yeah, righto, mate. Yeah, we'll get right on that. Yeah, we'll get right on it. Oh, look at this. Let's see what this. I told you there was more to the Disney. All right, well, let's have a look. Let's see what you fucking come up with, eh? Yeah, the Cairns News. Yeah, this looks like a 100% fucking proper website. Here we go. Was pushed to the limit and faced bogus sex offences charges, says a friend. Yeah, his friend says it. This is the same story that we read earlier. Because his mate said it's not the case. Well, that changes everything. Well, we didn't know that your mate said it wasn't the case. Holy shit. Holy shit, here we were with all of this evidence. And little did we know that we could talk to your best mate and he would tell us all about it. Who fucking knew? I feel like a silly Billy now. Oh my God. When did that happen? Oh, this is shame on me. Shame on me. I'm just seeing if there's any other videos and stuff that may have come in from Channel 7 or anything like that. Let's have a gander, see what else we got. No, we saw that one. Okay, so we're all up to date with that. We'll keep going over this fuckwit's bloody Twitter. This is fun. This is fucking real fun. Who needs to do a fucking video and shit when we can just get it live from the internet? NCR's here, by the way. G'day, NCR. How the fuck are you, mate? Good to have you here. Common law. Oh, here we go. What are you going to talk about? I
just want to clarify something about Desi Freeman.
Yeah, dude.
And the cop shooting. Now, Desi was in fear of his life, and he told me this a couple of weeks ago on the phone.
Well, if you've got his phone number, do you mind fucking sharing it with everyone else? Hey, I'll give him a call. He can tell me what's going on. Why the hell not? Hey, Desi, give us a buzz, big fella. Hey, give us a buzz. Hey, you poor bastard. You poor misunderstood fucking anal leakage. You poor bastard. What are we going to do about you? Hey, what are we going to do about you, you poor bastard?
Why? Because the cops have been harassing him, not only in Bright, but outside of Bright in other areas of Victoria as well. They stole his two cars.
Not
two?
Him
up. They've dragged him through the courts. And let's face it, these cops were trespassing. Now, in Australia, we still have the law. And the law states that not even the king can go onto your property without your permission. And those cops, I'm sure...
No, that's not the case at all. That's not even remotely true anyway, shape or form. That is 100% zero in correctability there, old fuck. Look at you poor melted candle. What happened to you, mate? You've been sucking off the Toxic Avenger or something, hey? Fuck me. Haven't I seen you on the front of cigarette packets? Aren't you Brian? You look like Brian, the Australian cigarette packet guy. Have a look at you, you poor emphysema-affected fuck. Haven't you got kids to molest? Eh? I don't know. I'm not saying that this guy molests kids. I'm not saying that.
Or ignored Desi's no trespassing signs. So he was within his rights to self-defend himself.
Well, fuck me, man. I want you as my lawyer. Fuck me. I didn't know that you could just make shit up. I didn't know that you could do that. I didn't know that you could just make shit up and then sell it as fact. That's awesome. Because I can make shit up too and sell it as fact. Let's do it right now. I guarantee, and I know it. Oh, I've seen the signs. I saw some signs that said, free kid molesting here. If you want to fuck a child, I can point you in the right direction. It might actually be here in my house, but I don't want to say where I've seen the sign. I don't want to say that I've seen the sign near this guy's house. I don't want to say that I've seen coolers full of dead children get thrown out in the fucking landfill with this guy driving the vehicle. I don't want to say that. That's not something that I could say. But I will go on record to say that I've seen a sign, and that sign said, free child fucking here, and I can't confirm or deny that sign might have been located at this man's property. I can't say that. I can't say that at all. But if we're going to start making up random shit to tell everyone on the internet, I think my story's a little bit better than yours. You emu fucker.
To shoot anybody who comes onto his properties when they are armed.
No.
To self-defend himself. To shoot anybody who comes onto his properties when they are armed with guns. I believe he took the dead cops' guns, Glocks or something. So
wrong.
They can't deny that they were fully armed and ready.
How do you know that he took the guns? Because the police aren't reporting that. The police have made it very well known that they're not going to report whether or not he has taken the firearms from the two slain police officers. You seem awfully convinced that he did. You also have allegedly Desi's phone number. Now, if we're going to make stuff up on the internet, let's make it interesting. Because not only, in your opinion, has he got the right to defend himself, but the Victorian police, whether working as a government agency, whether working as a corporation, whether working as private individuals, now have the right to come to your house and question you for your knowledge of the situation. That's just something they can do. And I really hope that the Victorian police are monitoring the situation online like I am. And you're right, we don't have the fucking Second Amendment here. We don't have that. We don't even have stand your ground laws. We don't have fucking castle laws. We don't have any of those. If someone broke into this house right now and I kill them, I'm in big, big trouble, like super big trouble, right? If you don't believe me, ask the fucking plumber that stuck his head in the window a few days ago. You ask him.
To use those guns. So don't come telling me that he's a murderer. No.
Well, he is.
I think he was defending his rights.
I think you're a fuckwit.
I don't defend him killing people.
Well, you just did.
He was in such danger that he had to shoot.
He ambushed him, you dirty old cunt. That's what he did. He ambushed him. He didn't shoot him from self-defense. He murdered in cold blood 2 officers that were doing their job. Could you imagine a fucking pizza guy turning up to your house to deliver a pizza, and you open the door and he sticks his hand in the door with your pizza in his hand and you shoot him in the fucking face? Who do you think the police are going to be angry at? The delivery driver that broke into your home, or you for shooting him?
Well,
yeah, he did. NCR's right. Deso, old Phoebe, he decided to cop a load to the face when he jerked off an echidna for some money.
You know what they say? F-O. Sorry.
Do not fucking use my statement. Ever. Do not. If you say fuck around and find out, dead set, you and I are going to have a personal problem.
Well, you know what they say? F-A-F-O. Sorry. The cops are wrong in this case, and so is the government. Give us back our guns.
How about go fuck yourself?
Is the charge eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
Sure hope he doesn't see tomorrow.
Oh, fuck, I hope to. I hope so too. I was hoping for a peaceful resolution, but I don't want him to see tomorrow. Thank you for that, Dennis. How is this old fuck? Give us back our guns. Mate, you wouldn't even be able to see over the fucking hood of your car, let alone where a fucking gun round's going to end up. You'd be lucky to see the end of your own knob, you poor old blind fuck. Have a look at you. Have you got a donkey that you should be sucking off? I'm pretty sure. It's like, go up to that compound again. Let's see what else. Oh, here we go. Here's sucking.
Accusing me of not supporting Israel, not supporting Palestine. Look, stop it, you idiots. I don't care what they do over there.
You reckon you're an Australian veteran, are you? You reckon you're an Aussie veteran? Yeah? Where? Where are you a fucking veteran, big guy?
It's none of my business. And it's none of your business either. I stand for Australia and Australian values and Australian peace. And I just want this government gone so that we can get back to the way that we used to live under the Commonwealth of Australia. I'm an Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Oh, oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Common Law Australia, AU on Twitter. I think you're a fucking idiot. Right? I think you are a dead set fuckwit. That's what I reckon. All right, look at this. Here he is. He's going to tell us all about this march.
Lots of people. Listen. G'day, Australia. Mike here again.
G'day, Mike.
You know, when we go to rallies, we have a good time, we meet lots of people, listen to the speakers, and then we go home, and then what happens? Nothing. There's no follow-up, no action.
Who's this fuckwit?
Well, here's a suggestion. This time, when you go on the 31st of August, wear a sticker with your postcode on it.
Sure.
Then, as you wander through the crowd, look for other people wearing postcodes close to you.
Oh, wow, what a great idea.
Get together, form a group.
Start sucking each other off.
To each other. And then
see who can bring an echidna to ejaculation the quickest. Yeah, you're full of ideas there, old son. You're full of fucking great ideas. Yeah. Put your own postcode on each other's fucking bodies. You get together like a bunch of puffs and you start fucking rooting each other like a human centipede that's just taken some Viagra, and we'll call this a wonderful afternoon. Kimatron just sent us through a picture, which found on Facebook a post by a fuckwit. This is pretty crude. Who entered the slain police officer's name on Google Translate from Latin to English. And so Vadim Dawat is typed it from Latin to English, and it's allegedly come up with "I am leaving" as the English translation. And then he's gone, everything is hidden in Latin. The media are there, the media doing their role play. So he's making out that the officer, the slain officer that was murdered, the 35-year-old senior constable, Vadim Dawat, isn't a real name, isn't a real thing. His name is a Latin word translated to English, stating "I am leaving." How the fuck is this? He's Belgium for starters, fuckwit. He's not even fucking Latin. It's not a Latin name. It's a fucking Belgium name. Here's that Jackie fuckwit. We'll have to have a look at her. Digital creator. Oh, good idea, Jackie. We'll have a look at that. Oh, they're Constitutional Watch. We're going to check out that website. constitutionalwatch.com.au. Let's have a fucking look at that website. We'll bring that up in a second.
From the rally, you can keep in touch. Form a common law assembly.
Fuckwits!
Start working out how we are going to govern this country when the government finally collapses. And it will.
Oh, it will.
You can't maintain this kind of tyranny and corruption and expect it to last long without losing your head.
I don't know. We've done pretty well so far. What are we up to? 150 years or something? We're doing okay.
And that's what's going to happen.
See you later, Catherine. Have a good sleep. See you tomorrow.
And all these politicians, they have committed massive treason and fraud against we, the people. Now it's time for we, the people, to take action and get rid of them. You with me, Australia?
No! Not even fucking slightly. Mate, I wouldn't even buy an ice cream from you. Like, if you ran the Mr. Whippy van, it was fucking 45-degree heat outside, and the only thing that was going to make me survive another 10 minutes was to lick an ice cream that you owned, I would shoot myself in the fucking face. Right? Look at you. Like, you dead set hand out, like, business cards at Halloween, don't you? Right? You're not even a fucking good pedophile. You're not one of those special pedophiles. Your mate was a better pedophile than you were. But let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this shithead's fucking website. What was it called? Constitutional Watch. Because, why the hell not? No, here we go. Constitution Watch. Let's have a fucking go at this, eh? Here we go. Constitution Watch. Subscription only. Ah, look at this guy. You want some Constitution? It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you some quid. Eh? That's what's going to happen. Now, you want some free Constitution? Well, stiff shit, you've come to the wrong place. However, feel free to fucking hand over some coin and we'll tell you what's going on. Because, I'm a fuckwit and all that. Why can't I fucking bring that up? There we go. We want to do this. All right. Here we go. Constitution Watch. This is a real website ran by that. When we were looking at the crazy cat lady and the fucking 3 associates earlier, this is where that's from. Are you being tracked? Oh, this is from today. Oh, am I? I don't know. Are we being tracked? Let's find out. Oh, subscriptions. Oh, you can access the subscriber-only items and receive notifications of new items. Oh, fucking ripper. Count me in. The ACLU's 2013 report, Are You Being Tracked?, prevents detailed examinations on how law enforcement agencies across the United States are increasingly adopting automatic license plate readers. What the fuck's that got to do with Australia? That's got nothing. First off, that was in 2013. We have that technology now. The fuck are you doing, lady? Who updates your site? This is all just random shit that you found off the internet. Objection to road toll charges for profit. Better borders across Western Australia. You are a whole bunch of fucking idiot. Commonwealth Original, Commonwealth Current, First Constitution, the report, another report. Let's have a look in the Victoria Constitution Act. Let's see what you've got there for us. Oh, this is a whole act. Look at that. From 1855 to 1975, which means that normally it's not the one anymore. But yeah, why the hell not? Let's start reading fucking 39 pages of horse shit. Yeah, that'll keep you busy for an hour, won't it? So she hasn't even got anything decent. All she's done is copied and pasted shit from other places. Like, you haven't even got a decent website, lady. You haven't got fucking shit. You do have a Twitter page. Let's have a look at yours. Let's see what you've got going on. Nothing. Your website is full of shit. Like, you've got nothing of interest on your site at all. Right? Even if you liked this stuff, there's nothing there for you to enjoy. There's just nothing there. Let's have a look at Commonwealth Earth. This is that fuckwit site. Oh, hello. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Philbo. Oh, Philby. Yeah. Uh-huh. So is that the lady that you just sent through, that Jackie? No, this is a different girl. Yes. Right, okay. So it's just a post. It's just a random thing that we've stumbled across. So Kimatron, ladies and gentlemen, has just come in to let me know that there's been an allegation there on social media from a young lady who, when she was a teenager, who lived in the same town as fucking Desi Filmatits Freeman, who, when she would go to the local swimming hole or the swimming baths or the local swimming pool to get her swim on with her female friends, a 30-year-old Desi fucked a ostrich Freeman would try and slut onto him. Like, hey, baby, why don't you show me yours and I'll show you what I used to have, type thing. That's an interesting little tidbit that's come out. It's a very interesting one. To believe or not to believe, that is the question. What time is it? All right. Hang on a second, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go, boys and girls and children of all ages. That was an interesting story that came through on social media there. Thank you to Kimatron for bringing that to our attention. His website, this is pretty fucking full of shit too, isn't it? This just goes on about common law and what's this fucking video?
Common law assemblies are springing up all over Australia.
Oh, it's
what are
AI.
they and how do they work? Common law is as old as the earliest civilizations. It has always been the basis of all laws that a society and/or community agree to be governed under. On January 1, 1901, the Supreme Common Law of the Land, the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act became law, uniting the 6 British colonies into an indissoluble federation of 6 states led by a federal government. However, because the political parties have massively betrayed us, they have gradually been destroying our rights and freedoms while imposing ever more draconian control over we, the people of the Commonwealth of Australia. But people are waking up as they see the terrible results of allowing these political liars, thieves, criminals and traitors to take away our rights. Common law assemblies are starting to create a new society growing up within the shell of the old. People are uniting in common law assemblies to create local governments, courts and management systems that replace the existing corporate political party structures. The assemblies are lawful legislative bodies where all people can introduce, debate and enact laws for their own communities. These laws are then enforced by common law courts and sheriffs elected by and answerable to the people. This process of returning power to the people will...
Oh, fuck off. That is so fucking wrong. It is unbelievable.
Ban years, but it begins today when 12 or more men and women sign a charter to establish and maintain a common law assembly. Question.
Hang on. Anyone can start a common law assembly and charge anyone for anything. Is that what you're saying? Well, that's great because I know 12 people. I can get 12 people on Discord tomorrow and we can run our own fucking constitutional court or common law and have you all arrested for being dumb fucks. That's a great idea.
Positions and responsibilities in a common law assembly. The local common law assembly is the foundation that is returning us to our supreme law of the land, the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act 1901, and our means of direct democracy. We need a strong and reliable leadership core to keep the assembly going. Everyone must be trained to take responsibility and hold these positions so that no one person or faction runs the assembly. Positions that need to be filled for the assembly to function are defined in the Assembly Constitution. The Assembly Constitution defines the organisation structure and laws that govern the Assembly's work. The people filling the Assembly positions will be elected for a set period of time. 1. The Assembly Convener. A. Creates an agenda for each Assembly meeting and chairs it. B. Arranges a co-convener to chair meetings in case of illness or absence. 2. Secretary. A. Keeps the minutes of Assembly.
Eating a meal, a succulent Chinese meal.
These people need to be banned in the US as well.
Spot on. 100% Slick. 100%.
Meetings. B. Maintains a membership and contact list. C. Corresponds with other assemblies. 3. Sheriff. A. Provides security at all meetings and public events and eventually for our local common law courts and tribunals. B. Delivers summonses, orders, and other assembly documents. C. Recruits and trains deputies. D. Organizes an urgent response network to protect our members. E. Recruits and trains a local citizens' defence militia. 4. Education Committee Coordinator. A. Plans and organises with other volunteers all educational work within the Assembly, like holding classes on common law, and outside the Assembly, like preparing leaflets, press releases and public information material. B. Organises the education and training of new members. C. Does background research on different topics and prepares materials for the Assembly. 5. Action Committee Coordinator. A. Plans and organises with other volunteers all public actions and events, like protests, picnics, and rallies. B. Plans direct action in conjunction with the sheriff and deputies. 6. Judicial and Legal Coordinator. A. Plans and organises the common law court and public tribunals, and their cases and procedures. B. Assembles and trains court personnel, including the adjudicator, registrar, jury members, prosecutor, court recorder, and sheriffs. C. Works with the education coordinator to provide educational material on the court and the law to Assembly members.
Holy shit.
D. Establishes liaison with the Supreme Common Law Court of the Commonwealth of Australia.
You mean like actual
Note,
courts?
The common law courts and tribunals are established by the Assembly in each community as a whole and administered by this coordinator, who, like all steering committee officers, is accountable to and recallable by the Assembly.
So in other words, a whole bunch of bullshit that means nothing really in the modern world. Okay, fair enough. And then this guy goes on. This is something we're probably going to have to cover in a different video altogether. This is unfucking believable. Look at all this shit that you can buy from him. 4-module e-learning course for common law courts, protect your rights. Common law Australia, 6 modules learning. Let's see how much he's fucking charging for this shit. He wanted $50 for it and he's knocked it down to 30. This is an online course. $30 to do an online course and shit that means nothing. And you fuckers all get away with it too. This is the worst part. What about this one? 4 modules. Same price. You may as well do 6 modules for that price. What's the other shit you got going? 6 modules here. Oh, let's get into it. Oh, they're all the same price. They're all the same fucking price. Oh, look at that. The 4 acts of treason committed by the Australian government. Well, this guy seems fucking spot on, doesn't he? Fuck off. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, there is no new information that is coming out about the situation from the property. The search is continuing into the night. I don't think we're going to find out much more this evening on what has happened. However, if for whatever reason something does come to light, I will come back to inform you. But at this stage, there is nothing new being released, and I don't think we'll see anything released again until the briefing from Victoria Police tomorrow. So at this stage, this is all we know, and that's all we can sort of cover at this particular moment. Let me just bring this in. So at this stage, there's not much more we can cover. We've looked at everything we can for today. So we're going to wrap up the live stream for this one for now. We've done about all up today. We've done over 5 hours of live streaming when it comes to covering everything that's coming out of that area. But right now, that's all we can sort of do. That's about everything we can cover. So I think that it's probably a good idea to wrap things up tonight. Tomorrow is Wolf Queen's birthday, so we've got birthday stuff happening tomorrow. So the chances in a live stream, unless something super duper major happens, we will save the live stream to Friday to cover everything then. So tomorrow I'm going to spend some time with the family and all that sort of stuff, which is well and truly overdue. And then I'll obviously get back to doing the videos and stuff over the weekend as well. So thank you so very, very much for being part of it here. Again, I know it's a lot different to what I normally do here on the channel, but as you can understand, one, it has happened close to my home. 2, I know people are involved in this situation. And 3, and the most important, 2 Victorian police officers had their lives snuffed out from a sovereign citizen. So this all falls into my wheelhouse of shit that I should probably take note on. But comedy and all that sort of stuff is the things that I enjoy doing, and we will get back to the full comedy scale of things again, because fucking no one's going to take away our comedy. So that's what we're going to do it. So I really do thoroughly appreciate everyone that has come around and hung around with me and all that sort of stuff. And don't forget that there are ways that you can show your support. The best way to do it at the moment is get that fucking signature out. Try and get this signature to go global. I don't know how to make something go viral. I've got no fucking clue. But if anything should go viral and make its way around the world, it's that petition. So do Terry Arnold a favour and get that fucking petition floating around as much as we can, and we will get that happening and rolling out across the globe if we can. This is a great idea. As we finish up the live stream, flood this live stream with your blue hearts if you can. Flood the stream. That is one way to show your support and love, is by showing off some blue. If you want to wear blue tomorrow, that would be great, unless you live where the Bloods are. Probably not a good idea to wear blue. But apart from that, a big thank you literally to all of you wonderful people. Sorry I didn't get much of a chance to read through everyone and talk to everybody like I normally would on a live stream. So everything that we do here on this channel is gonna continue. All of our live streams, comedy breakdowns, all my videos that I do, the Nightcap live on Friday night, all that stuff's still going to continue and keep rolling out. And the comedy will continue. It will certainly, absolutely will still continue. So again, a big, big thank you literally to all of you wonderful people that have come out. Thank you to anyone that's watching us on replay as well. Thank you to everyone that has supported myself and the channel, especially getting the word out about what's happened up there in Porapunka. So thank you so much for all of that. I really do appreciate it. I will be back, as you know. Nothing will stop me. Videos are coming. Live streams are coming. More fucking comedies coming. Tits and pits and dicks are all going to be on this bloody show. Don't fucking miss it. And if, you want to do something nice, do something nice for someone. But until then, boys and girls, get me fully erect. And as always, hooroo.